fortune awaits in Blood and Plunder. Set sail in the golden age of piracy and claim the riches of the Caribbean at beastsofwar.com. From Viking halls to the cities of the future, terrain buffs will love our foreground hub. Watch gaming tables of all genres come to life at beastsofwar.com.
Hi everybody, I am back with Jack and Alessio from Riverhorse. Now, the Kickstarter should hopefully be running into its last week right about now. We are, however, I'm going to caveat this, we are filming this before the Kickstarter launches. So what we're showing you may already be unlocked, or it may be not even shown yet, depending on how things have gone. I'm hoping it has went absolutely incredibly, but this could be very cool because you might get to actually see some of the stuff, actual miniatures and some of the rules for some of the characters that are maybe coming up in stretch goals or just out in stretch goals. So, caveats out of the way, these look fantastic. I am so excited looking at these. Alessio, do you want to maybe explain a little bit about what we have in front of us here?
Yes, like I said, I mean, first the idea is to start with the movie and give you a complete set of other characters from the movie. So, if you want, we can talk about the Kurgan and Russell Nash in their final duel. So the Kurgan is a punk, effectively.
Yeah,
in
very
disguise. Look at me, I'm in disguise, as he said.
Yeah. And his relentless ability means that people find it pretty hard to run away from him.
Yeah, yeah, but he's a little more clever now.
Yeah,
I guess that's because he's in disguise.
Yeah. Well, when you get your head almost chopped off, you learn a lesson or two.
Yeah. Oh, I love the pose for this Russell Nash miniature.
Yeah, it's a completely unrealistic fighting pose, says the Kendo Master, but it looks very cool.
Yeah, and then for him, destined, after rolling the maximum value on a die, gain a quickening token. Nice.
Yes, that goes.
So he's not very cunning, but he's got a lot of influence and power.
And remember, those are to start with. Of course, then you, through living lives, those will grow in power. So those are just your starting points.
Now, would I begin the game with this alternate card?
Yes.
Okay.
These characters would be basically added to the selection at the beginning. You can choose to pick any of them. So more stuff from the movie, and those are still you've seen in the movie. Then the next step we were thinking is to have characters that are in the movie, but not like you've seen them in the movie, because they mention in the movie, for example, classic for you, Ramirez says, "Well, I'm not Spanish. I'm Egyptian."
Oh, Egyptian Ramirez, nice.
Egyptian Ramirez, indeed.
I love the khopesh. It's a really nice touch to have.
Yes.
And then for him, after rolling a 1 on a die, you may re-roll the die without spending. Oh, that's a nice touch. That's just showing him having that additional training.
Right.
Yeah. So it's
very nice.
It'll save you from losing, but.
And the stories for these are being written by Graham McNeil. So actually, he delved into their background story and explained how they came to be what they are and how they discovered being immortal and all of that. So actually, it's go deep
nice
into
to get
that.
to explore that. So this is
Iman Fasil. He's quite an interesting story actually. So he is a crusader, a French crusader who, whilst in Jaffa, I believe, was stabbed and should have died, but as he sort of got better, as immortals do, he had a change of faith and sort of went over to the Muslim faith. And so his character is very devoutly Islamic, and sort of growing up with that, it's quite an interesting sort of dichotomy of the crusader. So very devoutly Christian, then very devoutly
Muslim. Very cool.
Which allows you to mix the armor of the two, which makes a very funky model there with a bit of both, really.
Yeah.
And then this is based on, of course, the when Connell and Castagier meet, and he say, "Oh, you remember when we met?" And he shows the duel, the funny duel in the 1700s or so.
Well, there's nothing to be scared of. It's just a little boom boom.
Well, if you notice, he's clearly a gentleman there, but he's actually clearly the sword has nothing to do with the rest of the attire, which again is very Highlanders, and it is that asynchronicity, the kind of high.
The anachronism is really fun to mess around with these characters.
Very cool. Whoa, he's super cunning.
Yes, but he's a bit of a gambler, so he's lost a lot of his money.
Okay, so that's what has been done with the movies so far, yeah?
Yes, and then amazingly, we actually got the permission to even create our own
This is where
immortals.
I'm
So
excited.
if this goes really well, then, or if it has gone really well, who knows? But the idea is that we could create our own characters, and we perceive a distinct lack of the feminine in the immortals here.
Yes.
So,
It's a fantastic movie, but it is a movie from the 80s.
Yes, yes. It does age a little bit.
well, they're all men.
Yes.
Clearly not right.
Yes.
But,
Well, what we have, so the goddess I'm seeing here.
Yes.
Ooh.
so she is from the Aztec sort of South America, and clearly when she thought she was going to die, she did not. And whereas a lot of these people get sort of persecuted and said they're the devil, she actually sort of used that to become a goddess.
Makes sense.
And so she is. She's. You can almost think of her as a female Kurgan. She's
really?
She's not a fun one to be around. But,
Right, and we have a modern version of her too.
indeed.
right.
Okay.
So,
what happened to her to go from there to modern day?
so she lived a lot of her life as a goddess,
Uh-huh.
and when sort of the Aztec Empire fell, due to Hernan Cortez and various diseases and horrible things, she moved and sort of wandered as a lot of immortals
Yeah.
do, eventually settling down in Cuba
Okay.
and becoming an enforcer.
I
for,
see.
For drug lords, effectively, South America. So
Yeah.
yes,
If you're
she's
in
that
Cuba,
type
you
of,
know. When in Rome. Well, no, not Rome, Cuba.
well,
Okay.
And then another one.
Now this one is interesting. So you went for an Oriental character, the Ghost.
Yes. So from Japan, through her history, she goes from being even trained as a geisha and then as an assassin, using her skills, and then into China, where she learns more martial arts, and she makes her way through history, murdering people with stealth,
Yeah.
until
Until
she
we have
becomes
this.
effectively this office or kind of business lady that chops you up.
Well, business ninja with machetes.
Indeed.
Beautiful sculpt. I love the idea that you guys are actually able to have a bit of a play about with the world, add some additional stuff to it. I mean, it's very exciting. I'm really curious to see just how far you guys can take this.
yeah. Well, that all depends on how successful
the
we are right now.
Kickstarter,
But,
Fingers crossed. Hopefully you've all been in there. I mean, like, lads, thank you for coming in and showing us all of this. If it's stuff that hasn't been seen on the Kickstarter just yet, everybody, this is one that you definitely want to check out. The game looks like a lot of fun. It's one of those IPs where, you know, it's got that real nostalgia hit to it. And from what I've seen, it's just worth checking out. So, Alessio, nice job, mate. And, well, as I said, here's hoping the Kickstarter has went fabulously for you. Hopefully everybody has already seen this and everything I've just said has been completely redundant because you've went beyond these stretch goals and you're on to creating, you know, Alessio as immortal.
Some more immortals, yes.
don't put that idea into his head.
Oh, hang on. You're telling me, I see that face. He's just sitting there going, now what sword would I take? Well, gents, thank you very much. Everybody, if you haven't checked the Kickstarter out just yet, there should be about 7 days left to go. Jump in and actually get yourselves a look at it. Maybe think about pledging. We'll move on here. We'll see you soon.
Go ahead and check out our other content on screen now, and be sure to check out beastsofwar.com for the latest gaming news and gaming let's plays. And while you're at it, why not hit subscribe and remember to ding our dong. Go on, you know you want to click it. Go on.